please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Let's talk about the big boys now. In a CNBC TV18 exclusive, Rajnish Kumar, the chairman of India's largest lender, SBI, has advocated the need for a strong asset management company to tackle the menace of bad loans plaguing public sector banks at the moment. He also spoke about FY19 being a better year for the industry. Here's an excerpt from his chat with Shireen Bhan.
There are a couple of ARCs, and it's also not about setting up a new ARC. But there are various models available where it is being felt that we definitely need a strong AMC. The country lacks one. There are funds who have their own AMCs, but an AMC which can manage, say, for example, the assets in the power sector. It requires a specialized setup to manage these assets if it was decided that these assets, we don't want that they be referred to NCLT and there can be a resolution even outside the NCLT framework, because many of these assets, there are PPAs available, even there is a fuel supply agreement, but still they are not operating at the full capacity. So in such a situation, if banks decide that these assets definitely need to be taken out of the bank's books, and we need a very strong agency who can manage these assets. And that would mean the operators likes of, say, NTPC, or it can be Tower, or it can be a SEMCORP. There are a couple of agencies who have the experience of running the large plants. The idea is that within 2 years, or maybe even earlier, we may see a situation where the demand for power and the generation capacity will be fully matched, or rather there may be a shortage. And at that stage, the value of these enterprises will be much higher than if banks do any distress sale today. So this is the whole concept. And so, as I said,
is my understanding correct from what I hear from you that the priority at this point is to address the assets in the power space, and so this ARC or AMC, as and when it is taken forward, will address these assets to start with?
Maybe that would be the good beginning point, but the idea ultimately would be that we have the capability to manage the stressed assets. Currently, the ARC structure which is existent in the country, I am finding that that structure is missing. So the requirement is not as much for an ARC maybe, but there is definitely a requirement in the country for having an AMC.
So you're saying not so much an ARC, but an AMC, an asset management company.
And the alternate investment fund.
So
the possible structure could be AMC, AIF, ARC. But these are all the thoughts, because these are coming from various people who are in the stressed asset resolution. And Mr. Mehta, who has been appointed as the chairman of the committee to look into all this, so he is consulting all the people, including the ARCs, existing ARCs, that what should be the way forward, because ultimately the whole objective is that there are assets which can be resolved. And identification of those assets, and then make a serious attempt to resolve those assets.
Let me then talk to you about another issue. And you've made a presentation to bankers here in Mumbai, and you made a presentation in Delhi as well, articulating your experience of consolidating the banks that you've been able to bring under your fold. Now, is it realistic, A, to expect that that can be extrapolated as the experience that other banks will be able to enjoy as well? And B, is this the right time to look at consolidation? Because most people that we've spoken to say that while it may be inevitable, this is not necessarily the right time given where banks find themselves as far as NPAs are concerned. So why merge weak banks into weak banks and make a bigger weak bank is the argument against the idea of consolidation.
But who said that there is any proposal to merge a weak bank with a weak bank? So I don't know from where is this, again, hypothesis flowing. So we have the tendency to prejudge every issue, let me tell you. So only thing is that when we share or sit together and share an idea, so definitely last year we merged 6 banks. 5 of which were from the same family.
Yeah.
So obviously the experience which was for these 5 banks with the State Bank of India, it is not the same experience for other banks.
Sure.
So that is to be understood. But what are the benefits, how it was done, what are the issues to be looked at? So the presentation which was made was only to share that experience. And this is what you always keep on doing, that if somebody has done something successfully, so just share that idea. And after that, of course, each and every situation will be different, and I don't think that even on timing or any this thing that it has been decided or not decided,